Thanks for tuning into the trade setup on this Friday morning. The markets maybe showed an initial sign of exhaustion. We'll talk about that. But first, the global news flow on trade today. The S&P 500 futures are little changed as investors await the job data. This is the crucial non-farm payrolls data today evening. Japan extends rally to hit fresh year highs, even as the rest of the Asian Pacific markets are a bit mixed today. There's a lot of global news flow beyond markets as well. Let's pull that up. Emerging market stocks, we've been wondering about what's happening to flows, etc. It's across the emerging market pack because emerging stocks have hit a fresh high since 2022 as the Fed optimism lingers. Because of the US data, the belief is that the Fed cut chorus will get louder. And the chorus is good enough to drive sentiment right now. The Fed doesn't act. So that's one. Amongst other things, Samsung's profit grew the fastest in years after AI propelled the chips business for Samsung. Now, really, it's everything around AI. Some politics flavor thrown in as well in the session today. Truce talks between Israel and Hamas have advanced as per US officials. And Keir Starmer of Labour Party is poised to become UK's next PM. Rishi Sunak will be defeated as per the exit polls that I've read on various sites. By the time you see this, maybe the result would be out as well, but we'll wait and watch for that. Okay, US markets were shut yesterday, but the Dow futures in the green. Asian markets will come up on your screen next. Like we said, Nikkei is in the green, even as the others are kind of coming off a little bit. Our market showed that sign of exhaustion. What is the implied open today? A flattish start. Now, what's the trade setup, therefore, for the day today? I think multiple indicators and quant indicators call for short-term reversal on the indices. Now, will that happen? Will it won't? Don't quite know. But yesterday, at about 24,400, you saw some bit of exhaustion, right? And therefore, I think that level, this becomes the near-term resistance for our markets. I think banks will probably have an iffy day yet again because HDFC Bank, after the 2.5% downtick yesterday, may drag the Bank Nifty further today on the back of the Q1 update that it has come out with. The only point, remember, for a lot of people who are thinking HDFC Bank could go down all the way, there is a technical reason why HDFC Bank won't, because people will have at the back of the mind that there's a passive set of flows waiting to come into HDFC Bank. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. But pharma yesterday, I thought, was impressive, but I think it's important to see follow-up post the up move that we saw yesterday in the pharma stocks. It's not just Lupin. From a Laurus to a Zydus to multiple other stocks went up in trade. The key is whether there's a follow-up happening or no. Let's wait and watch. Okay, it's a long list of stocks. Let me get to stocks straight away. Start off with HDFC Bank, the first one. Now, gross advances quarter on quarter down about 0.8%. Let's move quickly. Deposits flat at 23 lakh crores, and CASA deposits were down about 5%. Now, this is not the best of quarters, and I think Nomura Notes summed it up perfectly. So let me get that up on the screen. They say that loan and deposit growth was below the FY25 estimates of Nomura of 12 and 17% thus far. And while the balance sheet course correction for HDFC Bank is underway, the process will be gradual. Don't expect immediate benefits, and therefore, at the current valuations for HDFC Bank, Nomura does not see the case for significant outperformance versus other private banks. And you've seen this in ICICI Bank's performance over the last 2 days. HDFC Bank had this technical trigger, but ICICI Bank has done much better. So people are preferring the other banks relative to HDFC Bank. At 1450 viewers, it was a different bank. At 1750, HDFC Bank valuations are different. And therefore, you might find value in some of the other banks. I think HDFC Bank will go down today. This one could actually do well today. Gross advances up 30%, deposits up 33.4%. Look at the CASA ratio for ESAF, 23.59 versus 18.22. It's granted coming off a low base, but good performance. Very likely the stock could see a positive reaction today. Then a clutch of other banking updates today. RBL Bank, deposit and gross advances were okay. Morgan Stanley, one of the brokerages was a beat. Citi wasn't. And I think one of the reasons could be this. The CASA ratio dipped quite significantly yesterday. Remember Bandhan Bank. CASA came off. The stock got punished yesterday. Let's see if this one also gets punished today or no. Total disbursements for Poonawalla FinCorp were up just 5%, but the AUM growth was impressive, 52%. Let's see what happens to this one in the session today. Then PNB Bank, Morgan Stanley is impressed with the Q1 update. 12% growth. I thought it was okay. 12% advances, 12% deposit growth, 8% deposit growth. So, okay set of numbers. Let's see if it has a bit of a reaction today or no. What else? UCO Bank, advances up 17.8%. 0.8%, deposits up 7.4%, but same story. CASA moderates a little bit. So for almost every financial name that has come out today, CASA has been a problem, except for ESAF. Even for G1, by the way, deposits up 22%, which is an impressive number. Gross loan book up 19%, but I think CASA moderated here as well. 25.6 versus 26.5. There you go. So CASA has been moderate for most banking names in the session today. Okay, very quickly, some of the others. Raymond has approved the demerger of its real estate arm. Raymond Realty, 1:1. If you had a Raymond share, you'll get 1 share of Raymond Realty. Was long anticipated. The stock had run up already. I don't know if there'll be a further run up, but watch out for this one. What else? There is Mahindra Life, which is a new news, a partner for redevelopment project. The gross GDV of 1,800 crores may react a little bit. Watch out for this one in the session today. Then KDDL, the company will consider a buyback proposal on July 9th. Maybe that spurs the stock in the session today. Watch out for this one. Then I ask a question, is it advantage Tata Motors? The stock was up 2.3% yesterday. Why? This tariffs that EU has put on Chinese cars yesterday, European tariffs have come in for Chinese EVs. 1 on 5 EVs sold in EU in the last year were made in China. So BMW, Renault, whatever, Tesla, made in China, sold in EU. Now that is coming under question. And because the cost advantage now gets appended, can Tata Motors and JLR find an advantage? Let's wait and watch if Tata Motors had a false rally yesterday or will it continue. So I'll watch out for this one. And lastly, from amongst all the brokerage notes that I saw, I thought this one, block deals. RBA, Restaurant Brands Asia, HDFC Mutual Fund has bought 45 lakh shares at 110 rupees a piece. Watch out for this one in the session today. And brokerage notes very quickly. Goldman Sachs is constructive on Prince Pipes and Astral price hikes on both of them. So watch out for these two in the session today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a fabulous weekend.